Where you at, crew? It's your boy Trey. Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm headed to New Orleans to bring my grandmother to vote. She misplaced her ID. So the state says in order for her to get a new ID, she needs a birth certificate, which she doesn't have. It was probably lost in Katrina. So today I have to go pick her up, bring her downtown to the state office of vital records so that she could get a birth certificate. And then I need to bring her to the DMV so she could get a new state ID. And then finally I can bring her to the polls so she can go and vote. What's up, y'all? So today is the busiest, is the start of the busiest of all weeks. I know I didn't say that right, but look, I'm still trying to get up. I'm on my way to New Orleans. I was supposed to leave this morning at 7. It's Monday right now. And I couldn't leave, y'all. It was very foggy. And we have a lot of fog down here in Louisiana, but this morning it was particularly really bad. Like, couldn't see in front of your face bad. And I just really did not want to drive in that for a lot of reasons. But the main one being I didn't want to get in an accident. So I'm going to New Orleans because I'm going to bring my grandmother to early vote. And she had like an issue with her ID, so I need to bring her to the DMV to go. I gotta bring her to the DMV so that she could go get a new ID and then bring her to go vote. So I got a busy day today. I can't escape the fog. It had cleared up, but as soon as we got over the lake, back to being foggy. But at least I can see for the most part in front of me. But we almost to the city. Look y'all, this is how my day going. A nice stroll down in downtown New Orleans in the heat. Unplanned stroll, by the way. At least I'm getting my steps in today. Y'all, I'm so tired. I surprisingly have made it to everywhere I was supposed to go today. Made it to the Louisiana Department of Health vital records because we still had never received an official death certificate for my dad. So since my grandmother needed a new birth certificate to get her ID, a replacement ID, so that she could go vote, I was able to pick up the death certificate while I was there. So that was the first thing I did when I got in town. And then I had to get her to the DMV to get all of that stuff taken care of so that she could get a new ID. And then I took her to go vote. So I'll pop up the picture of us. We took a picture after she voted. Like I said in the last video, and I'm not sure at this point, at what vlog this is in. This might be after the election, so y'all already know the outcome. But at this point, this is, what is today's day? Why is this watch? Oh, it's the 28th. Today's October 28th. So this is the second to last day of early voting in Louisiana. And there's just so much at stake in this election. It was really important for me to drive 3 hours basically to get here and do all of this to make sure that my grandmother could vote. Because even though it was one vote in a very red state, the only reason we're red is because a lot of people just don't get up and vote. And that's true for a lot of the southern states, because when you look at the populations, there's more cultural diversity than the stereotypes would let you believe about Southern America. So the main reason things are so red is because people don't get up and vote. And like I said in the last video, I'm not telling anybody who to vote for. I believe that's everybody's responsibility to look at the candidates and figure out, which one is best for your situation and for the country. But you have to just keep in mind, like I said before, that we're all in the same boat. It's not like whoever becomes president is not going to affect everyone, whether you voted for them or not. And I've learned that. I always knew that. That's what my parents taught me. But it's something that I saw firsthand in the last 2 presidential cycles. So, got all of that done. So right now, I need to go find something to eat. And then I'll spend some time with them before I have to go back. But like I said earlier, I got a very busy week. Tomorrow I got a full day. So I don't want to stay too late because I need to hit the highway, get back home, and get ready for Tuesday. So I'll check in with y'all later.
Matter. It's been brilliantly done. She's reached out to every possible constituency, and what the campaign is talking about now is the granular get out the vote effort that you just don't see on the other side.
Yep. Steve Kornacki, I just have to jump in, and you've been predicting this. We've been waiting for it, and we do have some breaking news from the decision desk. NBC News can now project that Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin, which means he is the winner of this race and will return to the White House as this country's 47th president.
So let's talk about this election. Politics is not something that I want to make a part of this channel's content. That's for a lot of reasons, but the main reason is I want this channel to be a place where you can come and escape away from the world's problems. So after today, that is the policy that I'm going to go back to. But this election and this moment in time, history of our country, is too important for me to just glance over without comment. And I know for a lot of people out there, politics is not something that they even want to entertain or be bothered with. But one thing we all have to remember is that even if you don't want to deal with politics, politics will 100% affect the way that your life goes. So it's important, and my philosophy is I'd rather be informed about the decisions that I need to make rather than be in the dark about them. With that being said, obviously the results of this election is not what me and 74 million other Americans had hoped for. It's okay for us as Americans to disagree on policy and approach, disagree on how you fix the issues that plague this country. That's a healthy debate that makes this country stronger. I'm not a person whose identity is dependent upon politics. I'm a pretty middle of the road guy, if you ask me. But it's not okay to normalize bullying, racism, and all the other isms that have been on full display these past 12 years. Everything from the birtherism movement about Barack Obama to the Puerto Rico comment saying that they are a floating island of garbage. That is very hateful. And I'll never agree to normalize such a disgusting rhetoric. Obviously, as a black man, it wasn't lost on me that I was casting a ballot for the first black woman to run at the top of a major party ticket. What was monumental for me was seeing my grandparents who lived through segregation, lived through being told that this restaurant is for whites only and being told to leave, for them to be able to see the possibility of a black woman become president. But this was especially the case for my grandfathers. Both of my grandfathers served this country in the military. I'm holding the flag that draped the casket of one of my grandfathers in acknowledgement of his service. My ancestors built this country, and I'm proudly American. So after the year of turmoil that my family has endured, in which my grandfather, who I'm lucky to still have here with me on this planet today, lost his son, my dad, I got to witness him cast a ballot for Kamala. It doesn't discourage me that she lost. That happens. I can deal with that. What discouraged me is that for almost 77 million of my fellow citizens, racism, hate, and divisiveness wasn't a bridge too far. But when looking at the history of this country, should that really surprise me? However, that wasn't the main issue of why we supported Kamala over Trump. What I think is lost on a lot of people is that competence really does matter. It's simple. You wouldn't want a person who knows nothing about how to perform heart surgery to do open heart surgery on you. You wouldn't entrust your car to a person who doesn't know how to fix cars. The same goes for the government. And I think all of us will learn that over the next 4 years. The biggest thing about being an adult is realizing that everything you do, whether intentional or not, has a consequence, and elections are no different. I can promise you the results of this election will have significant consequences that will affect all of us, no matter if you're independent, Democrat, or Republican. And that would be in line with what happened the first time. So there's a lot of misinformation out there that I know played a role in how this turned out. I believe this election boiled down to the real anger that so many people feel about how our current system isn't working. It doesn't matter your party. We all have been hit hard by these rising costs of everything. At the same time, our wages have not gone up. And they're not rising, and they don't look like they will rise to meet this demand. But what's more important to me when making a decision is having all of the facts and having the information you need to make informed decisions. And apparently when searching where people spend most of their time consuming content, that just doesn't exist. I've started working on something to do my part to change that, so y'all stay tuned for that. For those who are upset, if you're feeling despair because of the outcome of this election, take time and feel what you're going to feel. But don't stay in a dark place for too long. If you're happy because of the outcome of this election, then you can enjoy your victory. But remember that some of your fellow citizens are really scared because of the rhetoric that they heard along the campaign trail. So be mindful and be understanding. We live in the same country today that we lived in on November 4th. Even when everything looks bleak, there's still hope. One thing my parents used to always tell me is that think of the best case scenario and then think of the worst. And what's going to happen is probably somewhere in the middle. So that's going to be it for today, guys. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, like, and comment. I got some more videos in the works for y'all, including a real fun day at the zoo where we celebrated my dad for gifting his eyes when he passed away this past summer. So y'all know I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.